Hello, my name is Natalia Karina, and I'm with CBIZ Gibraltar, and today we are joined by our Senior Vice President, Eric Galanti, who will discuss a topic that is on the minds of employers and employees alike, returning back to the office. Eric, thanks so much for being here. Great seeing you. Thanks for chatting.
Thanks, Natalia. Good to be here.
So Eric, what is on the minds of companies now as the return to work is so near?
So companies are going to look to minimize culture change and establish creative ways to maintain collaboration and stay connected. I mean, if you look at how much Zoom and video conferencing has been prevalent in our lives for the last 30 days, people have really adapted to it and, have really used it as a way to connect and stay connected to coworkers. So employees right now are as nimble and as flexible as they've ever been. And any efforts that companies put forth to return to normal, even as different as that normal might look, it's going to be embraced by the employees. And lastly, companies more than ever right now have the employees' health and safety front and center. So it's important for leadership of these companies to communicate to their employees and just let them know and make them aware of the things that are taking place in the workplace to make them feel safe and make the workplace safe for them to return.
Definitely. And how are some of these things that companies are doing going to be translated into the physical space of the office?
There's two different schools of thought here. There's a long term and a short term. On the short term, to my point earlier, I think virtual meetings and collaboration over the internet with Zoom calls and whatnot is going to stay prevalent. People are going to continue to do that and probably use it more than they did before this pandemic. I also think there's going to be some shift work of employees, of certain groups of employees coming in the morning versus the afternoon, or certain people coming in certain days of the week to minimize the amount of people that are actually in the workplace. And then we're also going to see a reduction in density. I think gone are the days on a short-term basis of the benching system where you're spending an arm's length with someone else. People are going to spread out, but not so much spread out the actual furniture. In the short term, they're going to just space themselves with, a workstation or two in between just to maintain that social distance. And then there's going to be sanitation measures with, hand washing stations and hand sanitizer stations, and companies really encouraging people to maintain good hygiene and stay clean and safe. And then on the long term, there's going to be things like enhanced air filtration systems and antimicrobial work surfaces on conference rooms and kitchens, and completely different workstations and furniture systems altogether. But again, those are very capital intensive, and I just don't see companies opening up their checkbooks right now to incur that capital expenditures, especially given the economic climate we're in today.
Certainly, it'll be interesting to see what happens when we return. And just to follow, just to conclude, you mentioned some long-term effects on office space, but what is your take on the long-term impact of this pandemic overall on the office market?
Yeah, so there's no doubt that this is going to have an impact on how users utilize space and also how much space companies actually need. But if this has taught us anything, it's that people do have the ability to work from home, but companies have been leasing space for decades, and there's a reason for that. And that reason is the human interaction and the face-to-face meetings and the collaboration of sitting next to someone and having an in-person meeting, and that's not going to go away. So, I know we're looking forward to get back to the office, and I think most users are as well.
Definitely. I know that we at Gibraltar are, and I look forward to having a conversation with you in person soon. Thank you so much, Eric. It's been really insightful and really great to hear your thoughts on where things will go. And thank you all for joining us. And as always, we'll continue to keep you updated on all commercial real estate industry news as they develop. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye, Eric.
Bye.
Bye.